Good morning, survivors. I'm just about to get my first cup of coffee. Okay, I'm lying. My second cup of coffee of the day. Still a little out of it. But anyway, so today we're going to talk about projection and narcissists. All right? That's when they put their own qualities onto you. All right? Let's talk about it. I love waking up when it's still dark outside. It really makes for a beautiful morning, although it does not make for good recording conditions. I gotta be honest with you, but look how beautiful it is. The sun's getting ready to come up over there. Listen to the sounds of the little cicadas. They're oh so peaceful. But really, it is just a nice, beautiful morning today. It's kind of cool, not cold, just cool and beautiful. So here we go for an amazing day. By the way, this is so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to define projection. And what projection is when, in the case of a narcissist, when a narcissist, takes the qualities that he or she is actually carrying around within themselves and uses those to, and literally sort of puts them on you. Okay, so I'm going to go into a little more detail on that. So projection is an unconscious defense mechanism, and that the narcissist will, put negative thoughts, angry thoughts, hateful thoughts onto another person. And again, these are all based on the narcissist's own personality traits. Actually, one of the most painful things for most people in these relationships, because the narcissist will label you with horrible things. They'll call you a cheater, they'll call you a lazy person, they'll call you stupid, they'll call you all kinds of things. And a lot of times they're just projecting their own, as I said, their own behaviors onto you. So most people aren't really aware of their projections, but of course narcissists, the way that they deal with it is the way they deal with feelings they can't handle is they turn them outward. So instead of, coping and figuring out how to handle the issues that they have inside their head, they turn them on other people, most often their primary source of supply or one of them, because sometimes they also use their children as supply, they also use their coworkers, their friends, etc. So of course the narcissist kind of creates his or her own little world. And as a result of that, a lot of people make jokes about them sometimes as they start to see who they are, and they'll say, oh, like if their name is Joe Blow, they'll say, oh, it's Joe Blow's world again. Oh no, Joe's world, oh, and that sounds funny, but it's not funny because Joe really does have his own world, and Joe really does believe that he's the center of the world, and that it revolves around him. So just something to consider. And so because the narcissist is broken and unhealed, those pieces of him or herself that are unhealed are sent toward other people because they cannot possibly own who they are, because who the narcissist really is not a decent person, and it's very difficult for them to actually acknowledge that they have no soul. Well, they have a soul, I guess, but they have no conscience, they have no empathy, and they can't see that. And so by continuing the false self, they continue to believe their ego as opposed to the truth about who they are. And so it's way too painful for them to acknowledge the truth of who they are. Of course, the more time you spend trying to make the narcissist accountable for his or her behavior, the more projection that you will have put upon you. The harder he will fight or she will fight to make you the responsible one for everything that's wrong in his or her life. Because again, they can't handle their own brokenness. Of course, anytime you try to make a narcissist responsible, they will also, exhibit what we call narcissistic injury, which is essentially when they become hurt over something that they think that you have caused pain for them, or essentially, usually it comes from forcing them to recognize that they've done something wrong, or forcing them to understand a behavior that they've created that has caused you pain, or forcing them to trying to force them to take responsibility. This also happens when you catch them in a lie. And from what I understand, narcissistic injury to a narcissist feels a whole lot like being emotionally devastated to a non-disordered person. And so when you try to when you try to force the narcissist to take responsibility or recognize himself or herself or see himself or herself for who they really are, including their broken pieces, they will do everything in their power to deflect and push that away from them because they are not capable of dealing with it within themselves. Do you understand what I'm saying? So yeah, that's that. So if you're dealing with this today or any day, I suggest that you take note of what you can control and not what you can't control. Focus on what you have the ability to fix and not what you can't fix. You can't fix a narcissist. They're not fixable. They will be who they are forever, pretty much always, at least in my experience. So, and my research as well. So that's that. All right, so keep your chin up, smile, focus on what you can control, not what you can't control. If you are dealing with narcissistic projection today, remember that you are not the problem. It is not you. It is the narcissist. You're not crazy. You didn't do anything to deserve this. It's time for you to stand up and start taking care of yourself, my friend. All right? All right. Take care. Love you all. I will be back later today with another video as usual. And keep your chin up. I already told you that. All right. Okay, close it up. I probably need to go get some more coffee now. Have a wonderful day. And as always, thank you for letting me be a part of your life and a part of your day today.
Happy Wednesday.
If I had a green face, this is how I'd look with a green face.
Let me see.